Good morning, each and everyone. I am Shania Ritzpaño and I'm going to discuss the neoliberalism together with my partner, Miko Bangot. So first, let us know the objective of the neoliberalism. First is to define what is neoliberalism, to know its history. Next is identify the differences about liberalism and neoliberalism. And last is to understand what neoliberalism is. So what is neoliberalism? A policy model that encompasses both politics and economics that seeks to transfer the control of economic factors from the public sector to the private sector. So it is a term for the political and economic policies associated with unrestrained free market global capitalism. The neo meaning in this case is a revived form of something. It is popularized in the 1980s by Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan. So Margaret Thatcher, or also known as Margaret Hilda Roberts, was born on October 13, 1925, and she is the first female prime minister served from 1979 until 1990. So she is a British politician who alongside Ronald Reagan helped usher in the era of neoliberalism. So partner sila duha sa pag-popularize sa neoliberalism. So she is a British politician whose policies helped engineer the worldwide neoliberal movement in the 1980s. So she is the first female prime minister in Europe and led her country for more than 11 years, introduced measures that would not only completely reshape Britain, but also the entire global economy. And Ronald Reagan, or also known as Ronald Wilson Reagan, born on September 6, 1911 and has died in June 5, 2004. He adopted a neoliberal free market economic platform which promoted the following actions. So si Ronald Reagan, isa siya ka American actor and politician, and he also became the 40th President of the United States, serving from 1981 to 1989. So let us proceed to the history of neoliberalism. Neoliberalism has gained traction over the last 25 years. The term neoliberalism means new kind of liberalism. The idea of liberal economy became prominent in 1776 when a Scottish economist named Adam Smith wrote a book called The Wealth of Nations. So sa iyahang book, si Smith propagated the idea of getting rid of government intervention and claimed that the best way for an economy to flourish is through free trade and deregulation. So several years later, in the 1930s, another economist named John Keynes challenged the policy of liberalism and inferred that such a policy was suitable for capitalism. So, ang government intervention was deemed crucial for the welfare of the public, and it led to several leaders transitioning and working towards the common good. However, the concept of neoliberalism is now being practiced on a global level, following the decline in corporate profitability. So next is the difference between liberalism and neoliberalism. But first, let us know what liberal is. The term liberal has been derived from a Latin word which gives the meaning free. So it means that a person or organization that has a liberal viewpoint doesn't feel obligated to have the same traditional way of thinking or doing something. So the difference of liberalism and neoliberalism in terms of first, ideology, second is focus, third, time period, and fourth is the current usage. So in terms of ideology, liberalism is a political philosophy while neoliberalism is an economic philosophy. And in terms of focus, liberalism mainly focuses on individual freedom of thought, religion, life property ownership, and etc. While neoliberalism focuses on free trade and privatization and etc. So in terms naman sa time period, liberalism came into being in the Age of Enlightenment, while neoliberalism came into being in the 20th century. So in terms naman sa current usage, liberalism is popular even today in many nations. On the other hand, neoliberalism is declined and the term is now rarely used. Neoliberalism's characteristics and criticism will be discussed by Miko Bangot. Thank you for listening and watching.